I've been representing people in Lancashire on local councils for 2 decades, and then more recently I was elected as the first Green MEP for the North West.
We want a people's vote, but there are issues that are bigger than Brexit. The biggest issue of them all is the climate emergency, and Gina is the person to take action. She's been fighting in the town hall and she's been fighting on the front line against fracking. She is the person to get things done. So if you want your voice from Lancashire heard in Westminster, vote for Gina.
As a Lancashire County Councillor, I've been able to propose motions that actually affect policies on the ground, like tackling single-use plastic. And as an MEP, we're creating legislation like closing tax loopholes and dealing with the real problems that do affect everyday life, protecting workers' rights and dealing with the climate emergency. And it's been a really interesting journey. I feel as though I've got a lot to offer as an MP for the Fylde here in Westminster.
Gina Dowding would make the most excellent MP. She is fearless and she is diligent and she is hard-working, but also she's very tough. And you have to be tough to hold your own, particularly as a woman in the Houses of Parliament, and I know that she would make an excellent job of it.
I started out working for the NHS, and I know just how important it is that we keep the NHS in public ownership. The NHS is really our guarantee that there's a service there for us when we need it, when we're at our most vulnerable. And actually looking after people and protecting our environment are two sides of the same coin. Austerity have hit some people really hard in Lancashire. Cuts to social care for the elderly, children's services, and then losses to museums, libraries, bus services have really impacted on people's lives. I want to bring that message from Lancashire down to Westminster to say we need to reinstate that funding because we really need to improve people's quality of life for the future.
This is the most important election that we have had in decades. This is the climate election, and it is hugely important to have more authoritative green voices here at Westminster, putting the climate emergency at the top of the political agenda. So I absolutely urge you on December the 12th, please go out and vote Green, vote for Gina, and if not now, then when?
And if I'm your MP, you will be guaranteed a strong voice for the people of Lancashire and the Fylde here in Westminster.